Hello, hello, testing. Oh, hey, Fortuner, hello. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. I'm just setting up right now. What do you think will happen in this stream? Is Betty gonna appear again? But yeah, how's everything going, Fortuner? What have you been up to? I saw you posted something about looking for someone to make music for your roasting videos. Is that a thing? Fortune says, hey, I'm basically in every stream, I guess. Oh, it was for an intro. Oh, so you already have the music, you just want someone to animate or edit an intro for your show? I see. Anyways, bam. Wow. Whoops, you saw my Google search history. But anyways, hi. I have a new background. And also, we're doing more Leetcoding today. We've gone through arrays. I'm thinking about doing a whole review stream for arrays, but for now we're doing dynamic programming. We've done coin change and longest increasing subsequence. So today we're going to review longest increasing subsequence and the longest common subsequence. Yeah. Yeah, I changed my background. There's some reasons for that, actually. Well, first, I just feel like switching it up. And the old background was like actually AI generated. So I felt like it was worth taking it out. I got this new background for free, and it's not AI generated, I think, from what I can see. So yay. And also it feels a bit more, it still feels pretty cozy, right? Hold on, let me show off the new background here. It feels pretty chill and cozy like the old background, right? But it also feels kind of refreshing and just a dab of energy to it, which I like. The old one was like really cozy too and chill, but it was sort of sleep-inducing maybe, lacked any energy. So I think this is kind of better, and it matches the bluish highlights on me. That's pretty good. Bulletin says it looks like Windows 11 background. Windows 11 background? Wait, really? What does Windows 11 background look like? Windows 11 background. Maybe the circular swirly patterns is what you're trying to get? Maybe. I can see some of it in here. Yeah. But yeah, I really like this background. It's very fresh and cozy and chill. Too bad most of this can be covered most of the time. Anyways, let's start Leetcoding. Longest increasing subsequence. Oh yeah, Fortuner, do you have your next like victim for your Sunday roastings? How many have you posted so far even? Fortuner says, yeah, also the lag between me sending a message and appearing on stream is crazy. Is there a way I can change that? Maybe I'll look into that next stream. Anyways, longest increasing subsequence, this is the review problem. Given an integer array nums, return the length of the longest strictly increasing subsequence. Okay, I remember this problem is tricky. What's a subsequence? A subsequence is an array that can be derived from another array by deleting some or no elements without changing the order of the remaining elements. Yeah, okay. Oh, okay, this is hard because you have to preserve the order, but you can delete elements. gosh darn. The longest increasing subsequence is 2, 3, 7, 10. Oh, 2, 3, 7, 10. Length 4. Oh, I remember this problem was really difficult to wrap my head around. Is it time for some sumo paint again? I think it is. Sumo paint, here we come. Alan Sunny says DP, I guess. Yeah, probably DP. Well, I like to approach it from recursive standpoint and then try to do some memoization. At least for me, that's always been easier for me. Longest increasing subsequence. And then I'm gonna copy the first example over. This boy, copy this boy onto here. Man, I love Sumo Paint. The ability to let you just screenshot stuff and then copy it over, it's so nice. And it's all in the browser too. Okay, how do we do this? Get my brush. Okay. I remember the basic strategy last time was like, do we use the current number? So let's do some personifying. So let's say I'm 10, right? I have two choices. Do I use 10 or do I not use 10? Maybe it's more helpful if I see it, if I started from an actual number with the previous one. So it's like, okay, I'm currently at 9. Do I use 9 or do I not use 9? I can recurse on those two choices and then take the max of the two choices. Yeah? Because subsequence is like, you can delete numbers, right? So for every number you have a choice of either using it or not using it. Yeah, okay. Okay, so there's some... Alan Sunny says pick or not pick. Yeah, pick or not pick. So, this problem is coming back to me. It's so tricky to think about. So there's some things we need to keep track of, right? First, we needed to be strictly increasing subsequence. So we needed to keep track of what our previous number was that we've used, because if the previous number is bigger than us, then we can't use it. Yeah. And obviously if it's less than us, then we can use it. So we need to keep track of our previous number. What is the given input? They give us a list of nums, okay? So the input is... Yay, I love writing with a mouse. What are the things we need to keep track of? We recurse on the current element, right? And then we're like, okay, do I use this element? Do I not use this element? So maybe we need an I to be like, okay, here's my current element. And then we need to do a previous. Maybe this stores like the index for convenience. What's my previous number? What's my previous index? Okay, so what's the base case? Let's think about the base case. If length of the longest strictly increasing subsequence. So if my I is out of bounds, I'm assuming I'm starting at index 0 and then recursing through every single element. So if my I is out of bounds, that means I can return 1, right? Is that what it means? Or does that mean I can return 0? So if I recurse 18, if I'm on 18, I equals 18, and I make a recursive call to I plus 1, which is out of bounds, then I can return 0, and then the frame that 18 is on can do 1 plus the result of that, which is 1. I see. So the base case should be if I'm out of bounds, then return 0. So my previous recursive frames can add to it. Okay. So if Oh my goodness. Writing with the mouse is so hard. If I is out of bounds, then you return 0. Else you recurse. There's 2 choices to recurse on, right? Either use the current number or don't use the current number. So you would do f of nums with I plus 1. So let's say you use the current number. Previous would be equal to, the number at I. Yeah. And then if you don't use the current number, then nums, you pass in nums, I plus 1, because you consider the next number anyways, and then your previous would be equal to the previous. Yeah, It's starting to come together. And then you take these two, paths, both of your options, and then you take the min of this. And then you return this, the min. That's the result. How do you like my mouse handwriting? Holy. Writing with a mouse is so hard. Yeah, this is the algorithm, right? Obviously, it's going to be a bit more code to implement, but yeah, I think this makes sense. So we're going to need a helper function that stores the current index and the previous number or the previous index. I haven't decided yet. So the base case is if I is out of bounds, return 0. Then you can start, then the previous recursive frames can start adding themselves to the length of the current subsequence. And then else the recursive case is you take the minimum of either use the current number or don't use the current number in the subsequence. And then you take the minimum of these 2 paths, and then that's your result, the minimum of these 2 options. I feel like that's the case, right? Am I missing anything? Any base cases that I'm missing? Like, what would be another base case? I can't think of another base case, actually. This should be it, right? What if it's exactly on the end? But then you have to decide still if you want to use this number or not. So it has to be, the base case has to be based off of if you're out of bounds, right? I think that's it. Okay, let's start coding then. It's a coding time. Alright, we need a helper function for this because we need to store some extra parameters. Int I, which is the current index, and then int previous, which is the past number, the previous number that we used. If I is greater than or equal to nums.length, then you return 0. And then the recursive cases, I'm going to say use me is equal to, let's give it a bogus value first, like -1. So the current number option, use me, it depends on some things, right? We need to first check if we can even use the current number. So if nums I, the current number, is strictly greater than the previous number, I think I'm gonna store the previous. I'm gonna do previous as the previous index for consistency. So we store index and then index. So nums previous. If my current number is strictly greater than my previous number, then the best possible outcome for using me is equal to recursive call of length of lis nums I plus 1, and then previous would be your current I. Yeah, that would be the cost of using me. Okay, it's coming together. And then int of no use me, the cost of not using me is equal to another recursive call. You take nums I plus 1, and then the same previous number, since you didn't use the current one, so your previously used number is the same. That makes sense, right? So I'm just chugging water here. And then the result is equal to int result is equal to math.min of the, no, not min, max, because the goal is to return the length of the longest subsequence. So the result is equal to the max of the best solutions by using me or no use me. And then you return the result. Yeah, okay. Okay, over here, what do we have to do? We need to call basically return length of lis. I'm gonna call this. Fortner says, okay, well, I got to go now. I gotta go complete and into a project that you're working on. Oh yeah, have fun on that. Thanks, Fortner. I need to call this something different, right? Let me just call this helper. Helper. So then over here, you would just return helper, nums. You would start at int 0. Previous, what should our previous be? Maybe map dot. It has to be strictly increasing, right? Maybe integer dot min value, so anything will be automatically usable. Oh, intro. Oh, good luck on the intro. Oh, I thought you had somebody working on it for you. You're gonna give it a stab too? It's pretty cool. Okay, let's run this code. Moment of truth. Oh, what's going on here? Index array out of bounds. If nums I is greater than nums previous. Oh, I think I know what's going on. Using the index of the min value. Ah. Should I start with... Okay, I understand now. We're taking nums and min value. Oh wait, what am I thinking here? I don't even need to simulate a minimum value because this stores the index, not the value. So I could just do some bogus index like -1 and then search for it. So if the previous is equal to -1, or it's actually a valid index and you can compare the values, then you do the comparison. But else, if your previous is like you have no previous, then you can automatically use me. Yeah. Use me. Oh, great, wrong answers. Apparently we were returning 0 for the entire thing. Oh, I know what's going on. We're returning 0, but we never add any lengths to it. Use me is equal to 1 plus. So the 1 represents me, the current number, and then helper represents the length of your best going forward. No use me, we'll just do helper, right? Yeah, because there's no me to add to this result. Okay, let's try again. Hey, we got it, let's go! Ho-ho. Okay. When I submit, it's probably gonna get time limit exceeded because it's pretty inefficient recursion right now, so we'll have to memorize it later. Yeah, okay. Use the test case. Run the test case. Is it even gonna run the rest? No, it's just gonna run the time limit exceeded one. Okay. So it's time to do some caching and memoization. The what do we do here? We can totally store the result of this in a 2D array, right? The rows will be I, index will be previous. Yeah, we can totally do that, right? And then we'll have a new base case that just checks if the current combination of I and previous exists in our array. And then after we compute the results and before we return the result, we'll have to add into our cache. And then that should help us out a lot. Okay, let's add a cache here. It's gonna be a 2D array of list, and we'll call it cache. Okay, so cache over here. Oh, we have to be careful here too, because previous could be -1, right? Maybe we gotta check if previous is not equal to -1 and cache of I and previous is not equal to whatever bogus value we put here first. Maybe we'll put like -1. That'll be our bogus value too. We return the cache call with I previous. Yeah, I remember. Is this going to give us any trouble here? The cache isn't used here at all. All that's left is store it when we have the result, right? Okay. So after we compute the result, we'll have to store it. We have to be careful here too. So if previous is not equal to -1, then we can store it. Cache is equal to cache at index I previous is equal to result. Yeah, all the -1 checks are kind of annoying, but I don't know how else we're gonna. I mean, I kind of dug myself into a hole where we're using -1 as a bogus value. So I guess it is what it is for now. And that should be it, right? We'll have to instantiate our 2D array here. So int cache is equal to new int nums.length. That's how you instantiate a 2D array, right? Or do I do that? Totally forgot. Wait, ChatGPT, Java, how to make 2D array with predetermined lengths of each dimension. Oh, okay, so there's no brackets at the end. I should remember that. Okay, and then we're gonna have to fill it with our bogus value. So for int I is equal to, is there a better way to do this? For int row in cache arrays.fill the row with -1, the bogus value. Are we doing this right? Let me print this out to make sure. That should be right? System.out.println arrays.toString the row Line 15, oh yes. Semicolon. I'm gonna make this smaller so it's easier to see too. Oh yeah, I need to make, did it print out anything? No, okay. I need to print out or input the cache into this. Oh, I know something else too. The recursive calls need the cache too. This needs the cache too. Uh-oh, what's going on here? Index out of bounds. Index 8 out of bounds for length. Oh. Oh. I think we need to switch the order of these base cases. So we should do the index out of bounds check here to make sure I is actually valid. And then do our cache check. Okay. Output limit exceeded. Is it because I'm printing this? Okay, well, there's no need to check. It apparently works. Cool. Let's submit this boy. Okay, we're on the board. Yay. Yeah, for recursion, I really like to do... for dynamic programming questions, I really prefer to figure out the recursive solution first, and then try to memorize it. For me, figuring out the pure recursive solution is really fun. It's like a puzzle, I guess. That's very interesting to me. The memorization is not that interesting to me. But yeah, I like to approach dynamic programming questions like this. Okay. Should we move on to the next question? I might not actually have time to move on to the next question. Longest common subsequence. We can at least read the question and then think about how to do it for next time. Given two strings, oh, this is string 1, text 1 and text 2, return the length of their longest common subsequence. If there is no common subsequence, return 0. A subsequence of a string is a new string generated from the original string. With some characters can be none, deleted without changing the relative order of the remaining characters, okay? So I feel like it's another use me or no use me situation. For example, ACE is a subsequence of ABCDE, okay? A common subsequence of two strings is a subsequence that is common to both strings. The longest common subsequence is ACE and its length is 3. I see. Text 1, text 2, ABC, ABC. Longest common subsequence is ABC and its length is 2. Okay. Oh, this is tricky. What do we do? So order clearly matters. What's the brute force solution to this? I can do an A and then iterate left to right for text 2, find an A, and then go to B, iterate left to right, starting from after A and trying to find a B. Ooh, that takes so long though, that's like n squared time. Okay, that's the brute force way. Is there a way I can iterate through both strings and then somehow store their current, past letters into a hash set or something? What happens if I start a pointer at the left of each text and then go left to right? And then for each index, for each index, I would put the current character into a hash set so I can look back and be like, okay, which characters have I seen so far? And if I see A, for example, in one string, I can look in the hash set of the previous number and be like, okay, do I see A in the past in that subsequence? If yes, then maybe that's a match. So I can be like A, B, C, D, E, and then A, C, E. Okay, so what do my hash sets look like? Hash set 1, hash set 2. Am I even on the right track? I have no idea actually. So at the at the 0th index, I would have AA over here. Right? And then maybe I can see the first letter. I'm like, okay, does the second one have an A? Yes. Okay, add 1. Sure. And then iterate to the first index, B and C. I can check, does the second string have a B in it? No, so we can't do anything. Maybe I can check the other one too. Does the current letter in string 2 is C? Does the first one have a C? No, it doesn't, so we continue. And then this is C over here. This is E over here. I'm like, okay, C. Do we have a C? Yes, we do, so add 1. Oh, I think I found it. I think I found the algorithm. E. And I'm like, okay, do I see E in the past? No, so continue. D. Do I see a D in the past? No, I don't, so continue. E, do I see an E in the past? Yes, continue, so that's 3. Oh, okay, I think I found the algorithm. Cool. Alright. There's probably going to be some confusing stuff, like how do I keep iterating through this, even though this is already ended, you know? But we'll figure it out next time. Yeah. I'm glad we already found a solution, though. At least I think we found a solution. Who knows? We'll see next time if this is even right or not. Alright, but yeah. How's your guys' days going? I have been listening to a lot more K-pop than usual. I'm having a resurgence phase in K-pop. I've been listening to a lot of, well, not a lot of, but just NMIX. I've discovered NMIX title tracks. I really like, what's that song called where the girl named Lily hits a really high note? Love Me Like That? Love Me Like This? I also really like Dash. Dash is pretty hype too. Actually, Dash and Love Me Like This have really similar song structures. They feel almost identical. Fortuner God says, ah, nice, I'm into J-pop. Oh, you're into J-pop. Which groups do you listen to? Yeah, I'm listening to NMIX a lot. Does NMIX contain Japanese members? NMIX members, Japanese. No, there's no Japanese members. Okay, I don't know why I thought they were related to Japan or something. But yeah, the two songs that I really like from them, they all have like, between the choruses, they all have sections where they have really weird bass sections. They kind of, I don't know how to describe it. The bass kind of drops. The notes of the bass kind of fluctuate in a way that makes your stomach feel funny in a good way. I kind of like that. I also recently discovered Cordis. Does anyone know Cordis here? It's a new group debuted by Hybe, like the company behind BTS. I think I first heard it's either their debut song or pre-debut song on Spotify randomly. It's called Go. I was just okay with that song. It didn't really stick with me or anything. It was an alright song. I wouldn't listen to it again though. But I recently discovered their performances on YouTube for Go. And the dance for this song is so entertaining to watch. It's so fun to watch. I really like that weird shuffle that they do. They make kind of circular motions with their arms, and then they do some trippy footwork that makes it look like they're going left and then right. I really like that. It's like, yeah, the dance is just really fun to watch. Fortuner says, I like the morning Musume group. Does this have to do with Ume the horse racing game? Morning Musume. Morning Musume. Ooh. Is a Japanese girl group associated with Upfront Promotion. I have no idea who this group is. Do you have any song recs from them? Morning Musume. Dang. This looks really... Their makeup looks really outdated, the styling. So they've been around for a long time, is that what I'm seeing? How many members are there? I heard in J-pop, they like to switch, like members graduate a lot, and then they fill in members with new members. So they're always like changing members. Dude, it's like that one paradox. Like if you have a ship and one part gets replaced with a new part, okay, it's still the same ship, right? But if you keep removing pieces from the ship and then keep replacing the pieces that you removed with new pieces, is that still the same ship? I guess it feels like the same ship. But then if you use all the pieces, like eventually, if you replace all the pieces in the ship and you use the old pieces and you make a ship with it, which one is the original ship, you know? It's that kind of problem. I feel like K-pop does that a lot less. Like graduating members, replacing members. Yeah, why has K-pop replaced members? I feel like Red Velvet added a member. Oh, 50-50. I think, didn't they all leave after they had one massive hit song? I don't know what was going on back there. But everyone basically left after one hit song, and except for one member, and then they replaced the other members with new members. It was really weird. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure there's stuff going on behind the scenes that will make them do that. But it seems like such a shame, right? You had your first big hit song, and then just leave, and leave all the momentum there. It could have been huge if you continued with that momentum and see where it goes. Porter says, that's nice. Also, I completed my intro. I sent it to everybody in my friends list on Discord. Ooh, I want to see it. Congrats on finishing, by the way. Did you send it to me? Am I on your friends list? Oh, okay. There's no way to display on Chrome, is there? Oh my goodness. How do I display it easily on Chrome? I guess I'll just share my Discord screen or something. Plus, new window capture, Discord. Discord is here. Okay, Discord. Hey. Okay, I'll just play like this. Warning. IDK, I don't care if you get offended. Sunday roasting. Friday Night Funk versus nonsense. Awkward feminism. Wow, nice. I made the audio where I played it really silently in case I get demonetized for the music. What does the Japanese say? I took Japanese in college. I understand nothing. Oh. What is it? Qi fen. That says qi fen in Chinese. Like the vibe? viable はされても気にしない Oh, I don't care if you get offended. So basically the translation of the original English. Okay. Wow, nice. Sunday roasting. Have you decided on your next victim yet? Or is it always the same person? The same girl that you're roasting? Alright, very cool. Thanks for sharing. Alan says, oh, did you finish the question? I did. Where is it? Oh, here. Here's the solution, or my solution. I basically kept our recursive solution and did a bunch of memoization. Yeah. So basically top-down dynamic programming, I guess. These questions are always easier for me to think about like this. First I get the recursive solution, and then I memoize everything. So I only process each combination of inputs once to make it either O of n runtime or O of n squared runtime, depending on how many inputs we have. Yeah. Yeah, we were talking about K-pop, right? I recently saw Chorus, their song Go. The choreography is really fun to watch. I think I was talking about the feet shuffling part. Alan says, oh good, yeah, we did it, woo. We also started talking about the next problem. I think I found a solution with 2 hash sets, so I'm gonna implement it next time. And then Fortuner was telling me about J-pop. But yeah, I recently found out Chorus. There's this really tall dude in Chorus too. Not that it usually matters, but it's really interesting to see him dance. He's like, his moves when dancing are really sharp, but he looks so uncoordinated at the same time. Like a really tall person, like tall guy, uncoordinated, that kind of deal. Can I show this? Am I gonna get, maybe I just mute the audio. Chorus, go. Yeah, the dude in the red, he's like, it's really interesting to see him move, because he's like really tall. It feels, his moves are really sharp, but it feels like a tall dude uncoordinated at the same time. He's like coordinated and uncoordinated at the same time, but it's really entertaining to watch. Yeah, this dance is really fun to watch. This shuffling move is like very janky, but very fun. Yeah, it's a catchy dance. I like it. The actual song is not really my cup of tea, but I think the dance more than compensates for it. Do you guys watch K-pop? I've been having a resurgence in my K-pop. So yeah, I've been listening to NMIX, I listened to Dash and Love Me Like This, and then I found Chorus. Fortunate says, I think you can get copyrighted even though you just showed the video without the audio. Oh, is that so? Okay, I'll stop showing it. Silo says, I thought this was a coding stream. Oh, hey Silo, how you doing? Dang, everybody comes in after I stop coding. Really? Yeah, this was a coding stream. I solved one problem, the review problem, and then we designed our next solution for the next problem, and then we started talking about J-pop and K-pop. Yeah. Usually when I go to work, I play music when I'm driving, and usually I just play some EDM songs, like whatever is in my liked list in Spotify. But recently I've been just playing K-pop top hits 2025. Yeah. Let's see. What are some groups that I've been enjoying on my car rides? I've always liked Stray Kids and G-Idol. I don't think G-Idol comes up a lot in the top 25 or top 2025 hits. Sala says, ah, no worries. Yeah, I will. I listen to songs related to gambling. Excuse me? Songs related to gambling. You care to explain that? Are you saying like songs from gacha games? Like Uma Musume? In that case, that's like idol music. But yeah, in my car rides, I really like listening to aespa. aespa has a really weird combination of girl crush. The songs sound really cool, but like really weird at the same time. I don't know how to describe it. It's like really creative songs. The songs are really hype and electronic and kind of janky at the same time. It has a really weird feeling to it in a good way. Yeah. Songs related to Hakari. Hakari? What the heck is Hakari? I know Hikari is like light or something. Hakari. Japanese. What does Hakari mean? Hakari sushi and grill. Admiring you, all in on you, and tripping in love. Really? Is that what it means? Jisho. Save me, Jisho. Hakari. Scales. Hakari Kinji. Kinji. Kinji Hakari. Oh, that's a Jujutsu Kaisen character? Heh, you like this dude? Wow, Silo is into this dude? Kinji Hakari? Admiring you. All in on you, tripping in love. Oh, Silo, I didn't know you were into these type of dudes. You like this sort of buff, blonde dudes with a hint of gangster to them. Alright, Silo. Well, everybody has their own preferences, you know. It's okay. El Topaz is one of my hearing chat. Wow, everyone comes in after I stop coding. Fantastic. Hearing all the out of context stuff. I have no idea what Silo is suggesting to me anymore. He says he likes songs related to gambling. Related to Kinji Hakari, which is apparently this Jujutsu Kaisen character. And he's like, admiring you, all in on you, tripping in love. Like, oh, I didn't know you're into guys like this. Hakari, that name sounds familiar. It just reminds me of Hikari, which I think it says means light in Japanese. Oh, Top Hat says Silo is interesting. I'm just gonna put this coding thing up. So people are like, oh, Chet is still coding, okay. Those are the song names? That's the song name? Song. Oh, okay. Okay. The song in the search in Google, the search results. The song gets overridden by the Jujutsu Kaisen character wiki. Hakari Hanazoro. That's what I mean, lol, says Fortuner. Oh, Top has congrats on finishing the problem also. Oh, thank you. Thank you for recognizing my efforts. Sala says, let me send you before there's a misunderstanding-ish. Alright, thank you. Yeah. Do you guys watch Jujutsu Kaisen? I know it's been really popular. I heard the ending was kind of disappointing from what I hear from friends. I know Gojo is a really popular husbando, and he does this cross finger thing, and he has pretty blue eyes, and stuff happens. That's all I pretty much know about Jujutsu Kaisen. I never really watch it. Currently, I'm watching... What am I watching? Oh, why am I blanking on the name? That supernatural ghost hunting, alien hunting show. Oh, Dawn to Dawn. Why did I not remember the name? Dawn to Dawn is such a memorable name. Oh, Top Hat says, I freaking love Jujutsu Kaisen, but I don't know about the manga. Really, what's wrong with the manga? I do hear from manga readers. I have one friend who reads the manga, and he's like, the ending is really rushed or something. El Tapa says, dude. Yeah, I watched Dawn to Dawn. I think I missed the past 2 episodes, but I can catch up. Oh, Shallow just sent me my favorite Hakari theme songs. Alright. So it is a song. It's not Shallow crushing on a blonde buff dude. Alright. Oh, Tapa says, no, I mean, I haven't seen anything about the manga since I'm illiterate. Oh, same. I am illiterate too. Oh, Top Hat says, but I'm waiting for the 2nd season of Dawn to Dawn to end so I can binge watch it. So says, you stupid. Okay, I know you're not into blonde dudes, it's all a joke. Yeah, I think I'm more suited to binging too, because when stuff is releasing week by week, I do watch it, but then I kind of forget what happens week to week, and then I lose interest because I forgot what happened, and then I ended up not finishing the season. That happens a lot to me, and I think it's starting to happen for Dawn to Dawn too. I missed the last 2 episodes. I think I still remember what's going on though. The cuter red hair dude can turn into this demon dude, and then I think from when we left off, they're about to fight. Like they're intentionally triggering the demon to come out, and they want to fight because he got stronger from his piano lessons from the haunted schoolroom. Wow, Silo getting embarrassed because I exposed him for liking buff blonde dudes. It's okay, Silo. Everyone has their own preferences. Alright, I think I'm going to end the stream for today. We're going to implement what we said over here next time. Oh, Top Hat says, so you like blonde gangsters, Silo? Okay, no. He likes Hakari Kinji songs. It's a song. I thought at first he meant Kinji Hakari, which is a character from Jujutsu Kaisen who is blonde and buff. But he's actually talking about a type of song, I guess. I don't know if it's an artist or a type of genre, actually. But yeah, Silo, for the record, is not into blonde buff dudes. At least publicly. He's into the genre of songs or type of songs called Kinji Hakari. Yeah. Fortune says, also I sent you something that might blow your mind. What did you send me? This is Hakari, but this is also... Okay, that's pretty funny. I don't recognize this anime girl. Wait, this is so convenient. I can just copy this into Sumo Paint. Sumo Paint, where are you? Sumo Paint. Okay, this is the meme that Fortuner just sent me. This is Hakari, but this is Hakari too. Which one is the real one? Yeah, so the right one is the buff blonde dude from Jujutsu Kaisen. Left one is some anime girl that I don't know. She looks... Yeah, I don't know where she's from. Where is she from? Salo said just listen to the songs I sent. I will, off stream though. I don't want to get into copyright issues. Oh yeah, speaking of copyright issues, I have a new video that was really difficult to get around copyright issues. I recently released a video called, oh look, there's the chorus, K-pop Demon Hunters. Can I just go to my main channel page here? Oh, okay. Got spinny eyes. Oh, this video. I made this video with Beanorine where we reacted to bad coding in this one Chinese TV show called 城市人那么可爱. Yeah, the owner of the material for this show has, yeah, they're pretty strict on copyright on YouTube. I had to submit my video multiple times on YouTube Studio, and it would keep telling me multiple times where it detected the copyrighted issues. Apparently, the general rule of thumb is you have to keep the clips you play less than 10 seconds straight. Yeah, you can't play more than 10 seconds of straight video from the source material. You have to keep pausing it and then give commentary, which I think is actually a pretty good rule. That's actually a pretty fair rule in terms of reacting. Like if you aren't pausing at least every 10 seconds and saying something, then you're probably just playing the video back, right? And then not doing fair use. I think that's a pretty fair rule actually. So yeah, I cut down. Yeah, I think it took me 2 tries to cut down this reaction into a format where YouTube actually accepts it and doesn't block it in all regions. Oh, girls from 100 Kanojo, if you're wondering. Oh. I see. Yeah, I've seen that show floating around. The girl, okay, Silo says that's bad. At least my songs can be played without copyright since I made them without license. Oh, you make music. That's pretty cool. No, I'm not saying this is bad. I actually think this reaction rule for copyright is really fair. Like it forces you to pause the video and then give commentary, right? And then that means if you play a video for more than 10 seconds, then yeah, what are you doing? You're just playing a video for 10 seconds, right? I think that's more than fair. That's actually pretty reasonable. I like it. I felt like it made me make the video better too, make it more commentary dense than just pure video playing. So in that sense, I think it's pretty fair. Yeah. I think the goal of that rule was to prevent like people from just playing the video, like re-uploading it without commentary, which I think is good. Yeah, I'm not complaining. I think it's a good rule. It's just kind of annoying sometimes when you have to go back and re-edit the video when it detects segments that are too long from it. Yeah, but yeah, this was so fun. I initially filmed the reaction like alone, and then I got to the coding parts where they actually display code on the screen, and then I was like, wait, they're making games? They're using Unity? And mind you, at this point in the show, they never said that they were a gaming company. They just said that they were a tech company, like something Koji company, just a generic tech company. And then it turns out they're a game company. The code that they display is for making games in Unity. And that's when I contacted Beanorine, because Beanorine is a professional game developer. She uses Unity. So starting from the coding part, I got Beanorine on and we reacted to the code, and apparently the code is actually really bad. Like it's so unrealistic. The code, like the code is just poorly written, poor quality code. It's like really inefficient too, which is hilarious. But yeah, if you want to watch me and Beanorine destroy the coding in this Chinese soap opera, watch the video. Or it's mostly Beanorine destroying the code. I do input some stuff too, but she is very well versed in game dev. She completely destroys her code. Yeah, check it out. I really enjoyed making this video. Okay, I think I'm gonna end the stream for now. Thank you to everyone who came. Thank you Silo, thanks Fortuner, thanks El Top Hat. Yeah. Bye guys. See you next time. Look, I got a new background and it's overlaid on my old loading screen. So cool, right? Bye, Fortuner. Salus is nice BG. Thank you.